Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. And today we're going to be preparing jollof rice, Ghana style. Now jollof rice can be made with many different methods and many different ingredients. But today we're just going to be focusing on the classic way of making this Ghanaian dish. So stay with me and I'm going to take you through step by step on how to make this delicious jollof rice. Come on, this is Hi Daddy. Okay guys, so in here I've just got the goat meat with bone, and I've put in the Maggi cubes. There's 5 of them in here, and now I'm just going to chop up the onions, one of our onions. Just in small pieces. Okay. So this will just form the base. So we're just going to flavor the meat for the jollof rice. So that's just one whole onion I'm putting in. Okay. And now I'm also going to put in the thyme. Now you could put the whole thing in there, but it just makes it difficult when it's cooking and it's time to eat as well, because it does tend to get in the way. So another thing that I do, if you turn the thyme, if you turn it up, if you know what I mean, if you hold it by the top, yeah, and you just pull it down, the leaves will just come off just like so. Hope you can see that. Yeah, and you just sprinkle that in there rather than putting the whole stem in. Okay, I'm also going to put in there the bay leaf as well. Okay, just give it a little stir. Going to add a bit of water to it to just help the cooking process. So the key point here is just keep the heat on low, because you don't want to burn it, you want it to slow cook. So in doing so, it will release all the taste from the ingredients that's in your pan. Okay, so I'm gonna come back when it's time to add in the blend. So remember, at this point, just add in a pinch of water. Actually, let me just do it now, just to help the cooking process. Not a lot, just a bit of water. Okay. Keep the heat on low. Okay. This is the ingredients we'll be using today for our classic jollof rice. So let me start off with the rice. Now I'm gonna list what kind of rice I'm using. I think it's basmati, but I haven't really checked. It's just a blue bag, but I will list it in the description box below. But as you can see, I'm soaking it in water. Now I'm doing this for about an hour. You can do it overnight, because when it comes to jollof rice, just like you're cooking regular rice, you have to keep topping it up with water just to help the rice cook. But because it's jollof rice, you don't really want to be adding too much water to it, because it will lessen the taste of your jollof rice. So the key is to just soak it a little bit, so when it comes to boiling, it will help it cook. Yeah, so that's a tip for you. And then I'll be using goat meat with bone. Now goat meat with bone is ideal because the bones is where you get the flavoring from. And I've also had it chopped up into small pieces, which will help cooking. So that's the goat meat with bone that we'll be using. This is about 3 pounds worth, because I'm only making a small portion. I've got onions here. I've got ginger and garlic, classic Ghanaian recipes, ingredients. I've got thyme, Maggi cube for flavoring and seasoning, Scotch bonnet because I like my rice spicy. You don't have to use this many, but it's just only just for me. I got thyme over here. Now you will need tomato puree, and you will need plum tomato. Now some people use chopped tomato, and that's okay, but plum tomato has a sweeter taste, which will obviously improve the taste of your jollof rice in the end. So plum tomato over chopped tomato. So that's everything here. Now we're back to the second stage. So I'm just going to blend some ginger and 5 cloves of garlic and 1 whole onion. That's then going to go into the boiling meat. Okay, so I've just taken the skin off the ginger, just cut it into small pieces like so, It helps it blend because you want a smooth paste. Okay, hopefully you can see that. Yeah, smooth paste. Okay, that's 1 whole onion. Goes in there as well. And the garlic. Let's give you a little quick crush. Helps it blend because you don't want chunks of garlic in your jollof rice. Yeah. Tough one there. Okay. Just gonna add a bit of water to that. Help out the blender. Probably shouldn't have put my finger in there, yeah? Kids, don't put your finger in the blender. So anyway, the lid goes on. Okay, and there we go. Okay, there you go. Hopefully you can see that. Nice and smooth. Okay, so I'm gonna pause it right here and I'm gonna come back when we're pouring it in with the goat meat that's cooking. Peace. Okay, so the goat meat has been cooking for about just under 10 minutes on a slow to medium heat. In here it's just the Maggi cube, the bay leaves and the thyme, and 1 chopped onion with just a little bit of water to just help cook, to release the flavors in the meat. Okay, so at this point you're now going to add your blended garlic, ginger and onion. Okay, so get it all in there, and again just leave it on for another, on a slow heat, another just under 10 minutes again. Okay, just so the garlic, the fresh garlic and the ginger can all again cook and release their flavors nicely. Okay, so I'm gonna leave this on for about another 10 minutes on a slow heat, and we're going to prepare the tomato paste now. Okay, peace. Okay, so to prepare our tomato base, first I've got in here 1 chopped onion, because we remember we're using 3 onions, so this is the final onion. I've chopped it in there. I'm about to add some sunflower oil. Now you don't have to, where is it? Hope you can see it. You don't have to use sunflower oil, but you can use whatever oil you want, vegetable oil. Okay, but I just prefer sunflower oil because it gives it a nice taste. Okay, so a bit of oil in there. Okay, so remember to keep it on a slow heat. You don't want to burn or fry the onions, you just want it to cook. And again, it's all about flavor when it comes to jollof rice. Okay, so right away in there you've got the tomato paste. That's all gonna go in there. This is gonna give it flavor as well as the classic orangey reddish looking jollof rice. So this will give it its color. Okay, so that all goes in there. Okay, let's keep it on a slow heat. So whilst that is cooking, I'm going to blend our plum tomato with our Scotch bonnet chilies, and then once this puree is cooked a little bit more, then we'll add the blended plum tomato and the Scotch bonnet chilies inside, and then let that cook through as well. Okay, so that's the beginning of the tomato paste. Okay, so I'm gonna pause it here and I'm gonna come back when I've blended the plum tomatoes and the Scotch bonnet chilies. So remember, at this point, on a slow to medium heat, and keep stirring, because again, you don't want to burn the paste and you don't want to burn the onions. So on a slow heat, just keep stirring. Every minute, every 2 minutes, just keep stirring until it cooks through, okay? Peace. Okay, so this is the tomato puree and oil as well as 1 chopped onion. This has been cooking for just under 5 minutes. So at this point, I'll be adding in the blended Scotch bonnet chilies with 1 tin of plum tomatoes. Okay, so that all goes in there. And again, just keep an eye on it on a low to medium heat and keep stirring till that cooks through. Okay? Peace. Okay guys, so now we're back to the goat meat. That was obviously cooking, still on. Okay, so at this point, we're going to take out the meat. Okay, put it in a separate bowl. Because what we're going to do now is we're going to fry them. Okay. So just take out all the meat. Okay, now as you can see inside here is all the stock from the goat meat with all the other ingredients that you put in. You keep this, just keep it aside for now, okay? So when the tomato paste is ready, you're going to be adding this in. Okay, so the next stage now is we're going to fry the already cooked goat meat. It's got all the seasonings and all the smells, it's all in there already. So we're just going to fry it off just to give it that brown, crispy taste, okay? So don't throw the stock away. We need this. This is where all the flavor is going to go into your jollof rice, okay? Okay, so this is pretty much close to the end. So now, with the sunflower oil, it's come to a nice temperature. So you just put in your already cooked goat's meat with bone. All this process does is just give the meat that look, that crispy outer skin, and the sunflower oil also gives it a nice flavor as well. Okay, so just leave that in there to cook so you start seeing that it's gone brown on the outside. Keep an eye on it because it cooks quickly. Okay, you don't want to burn the meat. Okay, just till it goes crispy brown on the outside. Yeah, peace. Okay guys, so we're back. So this has been cooking now. The goat meat with bone has been frying now for about just under 10 minutes on a slow heat. So anyway, the skin has gone brown, as you can see. So with one of these with the holes in it, you don't want to be scooping up the oil, okay? Man them, this is for you. Okay? So you just take it out. Let some of the oil just drip off. And then you put it right into the tomato paste. Okay? Okay, right in. Okay. Shush that off. Okay. Okay. All right. Now, the stock that we had from cooking the goat meat, that now goes in. So that's where all the flavoring is going to be coming from. So get it all in there. Okay. And just stir it in. Now remember, pretty much everything inside this tomato paste is cooked already. So all you have to do now is keep it on a very, very, very low heat. Okay, because everything pretty much is cooked in here already. So all we're gonna do now is just, I'm gonna be adding in to this the rice. And that's it. Peace. Okay guys, now the final stage is now to add in the rice that has been soaking for about an hour. Okay, just add it in. Get it all in there. Okay. Mix it in with the tomato paste. Okay, so that's what it looks like on a very low heat. Now you're supposed to add foil to the top of the rice and then put the lid on, but I don't have any foil. And I know you can use a rubber bag, but I don't feel that that's safe, because when you put plastic in heat, it expands, and when it does, it does release some chemicals. So because I don't have any foil, I'm just gonna cover it. But ideally, you need some foil to just go over the top, okay, and then put the lid on. Okay, so foil better than plastic. Okay guys, so as you can see, the jollof rice has been cooking for about 10 minutes now. It's not done yet, so you just have to give it a stir, because you don't want the bottom rice to just burn. So as you can see, let's get down to the bottom. Try not to scrape the burnt rice at the bottom. Okay, just loosen up the rice by just shaking it so it cooks in once and not all stuck together. Some people prefer the jollof rice stuck together, but the traditional way is to have it single individual rice. That makes sense. Okay, so remember to keep it on a low heat. We've soaked the rice prior to cooking, so it doesn't need any topping up with water to help it cook. So just on a low heat like that. As you can see, it's looking good already. So I'll leave it on for another. Alright guys, so there you have it. This is the jollof rice, Ghana style. Basic ingredients, classic ingredients. Now all it needs is just a little bit of shitter on the side. Come on. There you go. Ghana jollof rice.